What is up, ladies and gents? It's your boy Jermaine Event, Main on MMA, and today we are reacting to the news from Dana White. Few fights were announced yesterday, and we are talking about the main event for, I believe, a fight night in Atlanta, UFC Atlanta. It will be the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. I don't know if it's Joaquin. I don't know how I keep forgetting. I think it's Joaquin. Joaquin? I don't know. Buckley. Buck versus Kamaru Dean, ladies and gents. It is going down. Let's watch my boy announce it. And let's talk about it. Let's give our prediction, early prediction for this fight.
Doesn't answer when I call him. He calls me back when I go live. Anyway, Saturday, June 14th, UFC is coming to the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. The main event is going to be Kamaru Usman and Buckley. Obviously, Usman, ranked number 4,
didn't say his first name.
welterweight champion, one of the best to ever do it. He's returning to face the most explosive guy in the division
right now.
Buckley's coming off a TKO win over Colby Covington. He's on a 6-fight win streak, with 4 of those coming by finish, and is looking to be the number 1 contender. Both of these guys wanted this fight, so I cannot imagine that one isn't a badass fight. And the co-main event is going to be former 2-time champ Rose Namajunas.
Rose Namajunas. Why do you say Rose Namajunas? She's been here long enough for you to know it's Rose Namajunas, not Junis. Shout out to the hometown girl, Rose Namajunas.
Returns to take on the number 12 ranked Miranda Maverick, who is on a 4-fight win streak. It's obviously a big step up for Miranda. She's looking to work her way up the division, and Rose is going to be a tough way to do it. Also, Saturday, June 21st, UFC is going to be heading over to Baku for the first time ever. I tell you guys, we're going everywhere.
I didn't realize that.
You didn't believe me and thought I was full of shit. Now you believe me. We're going.
It just says Dana White announces Kamaru Usman and Joaquin Buckley. It doesn't say all these other announcements are happening, but let's go. All right, let's just stop for a second here then, because I didn't realize he was going to be talking about all these other fights. Main event, Buckley, Kamaru Usman for UFC Atlanta. I think, when I'm just off the top of my head thinking about it, I think this fight could look a lot like Usman versus Burns. I think it could look a lot like Usman versus Burns, where Buckley might get some success early on, but Kamaru just being the better overall, like, well-rounded fighter is just gonna come on strong later and put it on him with these power jabs, just his movement, the wrestling up against the fence. I think he'll be able to hold Buckley against the fence. I believe he'll be able to work his game. And I think the last fight we saw from Kamaru, I believe, was Khamzat. He looked good in that fight. Didn't look to me like, oh, this man is washed. That was Khamzat's toughest fight, and he's even said Kamaru is the toughest person he's ever fought. So I'm definitely all in on Kamaru getting it done, but I would love to see Buckley getting it done. Like, that would be more interesting, right? If Buckley were to win, that's much more interesting. But my heart says Kamaru wins this fight. Now, in the co-main event, Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick. I think Rose should dominate Miranda Maverick, even with how much Rose has regressed since not working with Trevor Whitman. I think she should dominate Miranda Maverick. I don't think Miranda Maverick is there yet. I don't know if Miranda Maverick will ever get there. Like, there was a lot of hype coming in, like, oh, she's about to be a doctor and she's fighting for the UFC. And yeah, I don't think she ever really lived up to that potential that people thought she had. And I don't know if she'll ever hit there. I don't know if she'll ever reach it.
To Baku And the main event for that one's going to be light heavyweight former light heavyweight champion Jamal Hill. He's taking on number 7 ranked Khalil Rountree.
Oh, that's Baku.
Hill was the very first Contender Series alum to win a UFC championship.
Man, I'm not sure. Because I feel like up until the Pereira fight, I pretty much didn't think. I thought Roundtree was a little overrated, to be honest, and I think he had a better showing of himself. I think his randomly dude, right? Hill is the former champion, but I feel like, man, especially in the last fight with Yuri, Hill just looks so sloppy with how he throws his punches, his strikes, and Roundtree's just going to be a lot faster, a lot crisp. Like, he's got better technique. He's faster. I unfortunately am leaning Roundtree in that one. That's crazy.
He's going to be taking on Khalil Rountree, who's coming off that incredible fight, obviously, with Alex Pereira. Khalil has earned performance bonuses in 4 of his last fights, and he's probably the pound-for-pound most powerful puncher in the UFC. He actually holds the record for most knockdowns landed in a light heavyweight fight. And in that fight, the co-main event is an incredible matchup between the number 11 ranked Fiziev versus Bahamondes.
Oh, that's okay.
Fiziev's coming off a war with Justin Gaethje, and is returning. Actually, he's from there, so you know.
I think Fiziev should fuck Bahamondes up. It's much more interesting for me if Bahamondes wins. I'm rooting for Bahamondes, all right? I'm rooting for Bahamondes, but I think in the striking, Fiziev should be just like worlds above Bahamondes, but we'll see what happens in this fight.
You know, fighting in his home country, 6 of his 12 wins have come in the very first round, and every fight that guy's in is fucking ridiculous. He's going to be taking on Bahamondes, who has looked absolutely incredible, winning 6 of his last 7, with his last 3 consecutive wins all coming by finish in the very first round. And that card is going to be live on ABC, the network.
Oh, ABC. Cool.
What do you guys think so far? All right. Let me see. Do I have another one to announce here?
Let's see.
No, I don't. So stay tuned. Oh, I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you tomorrow night at the fights. Have a great day.
Yeah, we're getting some Dana White at the UFC Kansas City. In Kansas City, Missouri, ladies and gentlemen, Dana will be there. We'll have post-fight interviews. People are going to ask him about John Jones, Tom Aspinall. We'll get some updates, ladies and gents. We'll get some updates. Cool for the announcements, man. It's been dry. The streets have been dry for a little bit, and now he's slowly starting to sprinkle some fights into the streets, man. I like what I'm hearing. Kamaru Usman versus Buckley in Atlanta. I ain't never been to Atlanta. Don't threaten me with a good time, ladies and gents. Don't threaten me with a good time. And that looks like the good time. I think I'm going to have to put in some a request for some credentials, ladies and gents. Let's get down there to UFC Atlanta. But let me know what you guys think about these fights that were announced here. Shout out to the Mac Life, all right, for this post with Dana White announcing all these fights. I'm excited for all these fights. I'm here, going to watch all these fights, and we're going to talk about these fights, ladies and gents. So let me know, which of these fights are you most excited for? Who do you got in these fights, ladies and gents? Thank you guys for being here once again. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.
but I'm more Francis Ngannou. I be the biggest problem out of any nigga I know. A little old school, like some 45 vinyls. You niggas old duels, what that do to the wino? I do it the commercial way, pay without the splits.